Does science deny God? Part 1. Do we know where we come from?
Does science deny the existence of God? A large majority of people would say, yes. Why? It's easy. Science is based on scientific evidence, while faith is more of a belief in God. And faith is not scientific, it is ethereal, immaterial. There are those who would go further and affirm that God doesn't exist because it is scientifically proven. But is that true? What do we know about our origins? Today, do we truly understand how the universe came about? Do we know where life came from? Are we certain of our origins? Only science can give us valid answers to these questions. It isn't easy to discover contrary to popular opinion. Opinions are mixed with science, ideology presented as a science, which leads to noise and confusion. There are studies that show how unreliable studies have become, stating that most of the 3 million scientific studies that are annually published lack scientific relevance. Despite all of that, in the midst of all the confusion, we can still find science's answer to this transcendent question. To what or to whom do we owe our existence? If we truly value our own existence, then it is essential to answer the question, where do we come from? Those who do not know where they came from don't know where they are going. Those who lose their origins lose their identity. The scientific truth is simple. Just listen to what scientists are saying. No interference. And once you have heard what they have to say, draw your own conclusions. Is everything we know about our origins scientific? We have been told that the universe comes from an initial explosion called the Big Bang, which formed the current planets and all the constellations. But is this scientifically proven? We have been taught, though very few remember, that the moon originated 4,533 million years ago as a result of shock between the young Earth and a planet the size of Mars called Theia. This planet, when colliding violently with the Earth, ripped some pieces that went off and ended up forming the moon during the time lapse that goes between 1 and 100 years after the impact. This theory is known as the Great Impact Theory. Some artists have tried to reproduce it. Another version from Wikipedia. Another work of art from the prestigious magazine Nature. But is it reasonable to think that the moon, with all its beauty and spherical perfection, and when its complex cycles can come from a great incidental impact? The moon. The moon is the perfect distance from the Earth, influencing the ocean's currents, creating tides and affecting many other vital interactions. Have you ever seen a total solar eclipse? On August 21st, 2017, there was a spectacular total solar eclipse that could be filmed from the ground. Watch it in real time.
I feel like it's hard to breathe. Oh my God. This is so totally creepy.
Oh my God, the sun!
Oh my goodness. This feels so weird.
Look at the sunrise, dude! It's at every direction!
Oh, this I did not expect. I don't know what I expected, but...
Oh my God!
This just looks so wrong. You can see these prominences, the solar corona coming out the top left and right and the bottom. I can see Venus directly above me.
You can see the stars.
We are inside totality. Isn't it?
Fuck them.
It's totally nuts.
Poke the hole in the sky.
But it's so dark. It's 360 sunsets.
Our excitement that the sun is back. I'm gonna pop the solar filter back on.
Is this by chance? What about the origin of life? It is said that life comes from a liquid called primordial soup, made of carbon-based molecules. Primordial soup. This soup, after being infused with energy gradually over millions of years, hypothetically formed the first living being called Luca, the ancestor of all living organisms on the planet Earth. Is this scientifically proven? There is also a consensus that over millions of years, evolution led to the formation of fish, amphibians, reptiles, and finally birds and mammals. Mammals continue to evolve, leading to an ancestral ape, from which we, chimpanzees, gorillas, and others evolved. The famous image, which we have been shown since childhood, shows us how humans became what we are today. And some claim that we will continue to evolve over time without really knowing into what. We learned all of this in school, but not much more. That is why we know so little. Scientists and those who study science surely know more. But is that scientifically proven?
Continue.